Hello, my name is Louder, and from LowderLabs. I figured I'd show you guys the hardware running behind LowderLabs. This is running my basement, if you couldn't tell. This is my, from the outside in, here's my compact server rack that I found up in the Wisconsin swap, which is the Surplus with a Purpose site. And thanks to those guys, I picked this up for 75 bucks. It's a really nice little find. It had the has the APC 240 volt power rails in there, which I do have one of those hooked up. So anyways, so I'll show you the hardware here. Crack this thing open. There's a monitor just for when I need it, otherwise I don't really use it. Here's this is where I run most of my my test environment right now. It is an HP DL360 Gen 5. It has 32 gigs of RAM, 2 dual-core CPUs running at 2.5 gigahertz apiece, and it has 2 146 gig, 10,000 RPM SAS drives with 4 open bays. I hopefully am going to add some more there shortly. It is running ESXi 5.5.0 update 2. So that's that guy. Here's number 2. This is also an HP DL360 Gen 5. It also has 32 gigs of RAM. It has 2 quad-core CPUs running at 2.5 apiece, and it has 6 146 gig, 15,000 RPM SAS drives. And this is kind of the this is where I run most of the production. That's a zip tie. There's a keyboard for when I need it. This is an this is an HP DL385 Gen 1, 72 gig SCSI drives. This was given to me by a good friend, Oxy Pluses. Thanks, buddy. And that's running actually FreeNAS, which I've messed around with for a little while. And we won't go into that too much here. Here's my two of my UPS units. This is actually a spare hard drive for this guy. And this one is actually functioning just for the heck of it. You can see that they are actually running. Just test the UPS, haven't done that in a while. The next one on here, this is kind of the behemoth here. This is a Dell PowerEdge 6950. It has 4 quad-core CPUs running at 2.5 gigahertz apiece, 64 gigs of RAM, and only 2 500 gig hard drives running in RAID 1. I've done a bunch of other things with this. Most recently, I tried to get ESXi installed on it. No luck. I have had Windows 2012 R2 Data Center Edition running on it with a bunch of Hyper-V instances. I was messing around with Hyper-V for a while. Lots of hardware there. This is another PowerEdge 6950. It has 4 dual-core CPUs, 12 gigs of RAM, or excuse me, 16 gigs of RAM, and no hard drives. Basically, I bought this one for spare parts for if this guy ever dies. And just to quick run through, just so you don't think I'm like spending tons of money or that you want to rob me, this is all like old enough stuff that it's not considered production in any, real shop. But like this guy picked up, actually was given to me. Thank you to an unknown source or an undisclosed source. This one I picked up for 75 bucks. Now I added some RAM, I upgraded the CPUs, I added hard drives. I mean, there's more money than that, but bought this guy for 75 bucks. This guy was given to me for free from a friend. This was given to me by a good friend of mine, Shannon Knockman, to help him move. He picked it up out of a data center, was going to throw it away somewhere, so that was free. Picked this one up, and actually the old batteries are sitting over there because I got this out for 75 bucks on eBay because somebody said it was broken. Now I know full well that it's just that the batteries need to be replaced. This guy I got for $75. This guy I got for $25. Like I say, as basically hardware for if this one dies. So that's kind of the boring end of things. We'll flip this thing around and we'll show you the fun end here. Sorry, this thing's kind of heavy. Now, here's the back. So starting with the top. Sorry, it's a little dark. See if we can't get the light up there. Up at the top there is a Catalyst 2950 10100 switch. I don't really have anything plugged into it because I need to get a console cable for it. This is kind of my most recent pride and joy, though. This is my my Cisco SG300 20 port 1 gig managed switch. So yeah, that's where most of the production's plugged into, and that's a pretty nice switch for a home unit. This is a NAS, just a small Seagate home NAS. This is an old Western Digital home NAS. Yes, that is my gun turret from Portal. I'm here to protect LowderLabs from anybody who would do it harm. Haha. Here is the ESX host for the test environment. 2 production interfaces, 2 UPSs, or 2 PSUs. There's the ILO port, and yes, ESXi is running from there. I was not able to get it running from the internal USB port for some reason. It just did not want to go there. So I've got it running out of the back one. It's running just fine. Here's the second one, pretty much the same kind of stuff. Although this one is running off of the internal USB port, and this is just a little light that I got that's plugged in the USB port just to provide some light back here. Here's some cable management stuff. I've tried to do a decent job on the cabling. It's all right. Yeah, I'd like to do more, but anyway. Moving down, there's the back of the UPSs. Here's my power edge. Sorry, the light. Let me get the light fixed here. I do have a rapid rail kit for this, so I can pull this out while it's running. That was kind of a fun addition. There's the second one down there. Now I do have, here's my APC power rail. You can manage all the ports. That was a fun addition. Kind of got those for free basically when I bought the rack. I don't think they really know what they were selling me there. Those would have been a lot more than 75 bucks. There's one on the other side as well. They both work just fine, so kind of got a steal there. And just in case you don't believe me, I installed a 240 volt outlet for this, 30 amp fuse, and yeah. And then over here, here's my cable modem. I have a solid state drive in there connected to this is kind of my little pride and joy, my Asus RT AC68U. And then this is just basically another NAS with solid state, so that's kind of like where I store a bunch of stuff that I want blazing fast. And just a bunch of hardware sitting around, some RAM and cables and rabbit ears. And so that's kind of the hardware behind LowderLabs. Thanks for watching.